you think a dog loves the most? The one who feeds it? The one who walks it? Not necessarily. There are certain behaviors that dogs reserve for just one person. Someone so special that not even the whole family gets the same treatment. Have you ever seen your dog stare at you for a long time, silent, unmoving, with eyes full of calm and trust? Or maybe, on a stormy night, instead of hiding in a corner, your dog comes to curl up next to you, like you're the only safe place left in the world. They may not speak, but their actions say it all. And if your dog does the following things, then congratulations. You're not just its owner. You're the one in its life. Stick around until the end. The final sign is something even the most devoted dog lovers often miss, but it reveals everything. There are small, everyday moments that, if you're not paying attention, you might miss. Yet they're some of the most powerful ways a dog can show deep love. A kind of love that even your closest human companions might not give. It's not always loud, but it's always there. And if your dog does these things, then you're not just its human. You are its whole world. I still remember last New Year's Eve. Fireworks were booming, adults were toasting, kids were laughing. The house was full of noise. Yet my dog Nana was restless, her eyes scanning for someone. Then, without hesitation, she came straight to me, burrowed under my legs, pressed tightly against me, and trembled. I didn't call her. No one told her to come. But in that moment, surrounded by chaos, she chose me as her safe place. That choice didn't come from training. It came from instinct. The instinct to seek out the one she trusted most when she was scared. And just like humans, when they're afraid or anxious, many dogs instinctively seek dog anxiety relief, not through a product, but through the comforting presence of the person they love the most. And when visiting new or unfamiliar places, that same behavior reappears, just in subtler ways. Once, I took my little mixed-breed dog, Milo, on a trip to a campsite outside town. New sights, new smells, everything unfamiliar. But every time he ran a few steps ahead, he'd turn back to look at me. Not to ask for permission, not to check the path, just to make sure I was still there. That fleeting glance was his way of asking, "Are you coming with me? Are we still a team?" If you pay close attention, you'll notice your dog follows you not only with their eyes, but with their ears too. The sounds you make, your voice, even a slight change in tone, can trigger a response. I once got angry on a chaotic work call. As soon as I hung up, before I said a word, Lucky quietly came over and sat beside me, not bouncing around like usual, just gently pressing his head against my leg. I wasn't crying or shaking, but the tension in my voice was enough for him to sense, "Mom's not okay. I'm here." Scientists have proven that dogs can not only recognize human voices, but also detect the emotions behind them. And they act on that, especially when the person is the one they love the most. That's why when you open the door after a long day, your dog doesn't just get excited, they explode with joy. A friend of mine said that every time she comes home from work, the moment she steps out of the car, her pug starts howling from inside the house. No one taught it to do that. It doesn't do it for anyone else. But when she comes home, it's like a mini festival. The dog doesn't just greet her. It jumps, rolls on the floor, licks her face non-stop. It's not a hello. It's a reunion celebration from someone who's been waiting a lifetime. And what's even more special is this. After the food is gone, after the playtime is over, when the house falls quiet, your dog chooses where to sleep. And if that spot is right beside you, whether the bed is crowded, hard, or pillowless, then you already know your place in its heart. I once tried to train Sam to sleep in his own bed, following the vet's advice to maintain space. I set up the coziest corner in the room for him. Yet every night, I'd wake up to find my legs gently pinned down. Sam was always there, head resting on my ankle. To him, no spot felt safer. Not even orthopedic dog beds could replace the security of being close to the one he trusted the most. But what touches me most is the way they look at you. Some days, nothing special happens. I'd be sipping tea, staring into the garden, and feel a gaze from the floor. Max would just be lying there, watching me. Not hungry, not asking to go out, just watching, long, unblinking, not nervous, not alert, as if, as long as I was sitting there, his world was okay. They say dogs release oxytocin when looking at their humans, just like a mother does when cradling her child. I believe that. But more than anything, I believe that look is a hug, one that no other creature on earth can give you. And love always carries a hint of jealousy, even for dogs. Once I was playing with my niece, and my dog Bim suddenly wedged himself between us and rested his head on my lap. No barking, no pulling, no growling, just there, as if to say, "Mom, I need you too." That night, he brought his favorite toy, a ragged old teddy bear, and placed it at my bedroom door. Not to play, but to be seen. When dogs get jealous, they don't cause drama. They simply remind you, "Don't forget, I'm part of your heart too." And if you think that's random, wait until they bring you gifts no one else wants. A dirty sock, a chewed-up bone, even a random rock from the backyard. Once, I woke up early and opened my bedroom door to find a neatly placed pair of my slippers, right at the threshold. Not tossed around, not messy, like it was a peace offering. A friend of mine told me his husky brings a single toy, always the same one, every morning, placing it by his wife's bed. He never does that for anyone else, he said. Only her. Because for them, sharing their most prized possession is the deepest form of love. A dog's love doesn't always show through howls or slobbery kisses. Sometimes it's in a moment of silence. I remember the first time I took Lou to my hometown. Long journey, cold weather. In my grandmother's yard, surrounded by unfamiliar people and smells, she didn't hide under the car or curl up in a corner. She wandered around, then came back and leaned against my leg. Not hard, not heavy, but firmly, like she was saying, "As long as you're here, I'm okay." Dogs don't hug or say, "I love you," but they use their whole bodies to express trust. Even when playing, you'll notice moments when they pause, just to check on you. You're at the park, they're running around, but every few minutes, they stop, glance back, scan for you. "She doesn't need to hear her name," a friend once said about his border collie. "Just catching my eye makes her happy." This isn't about asking permission or fear of getting lost. It's pack instinct. I'm having fun, but I'm still keeping my eye on my leader. Those small gestures, a glance, a stretch, a quiet sigh, are all part of dog body language, speaking love in a way that's silent but unmistakable. Dogs who deeply love their humans also have another sweet habit. They love curling up on your clothes, your socks, your pillows, anything with your scent. Every time I do laundry, my dog Bong plops down right on top of the clean pile and picks out the shirt I wore yesterday to nap on, a friend shared. To them, scent isn't just recognition, it's emotional navigation. When you're gone, your smell reassures them. Mom's not far. Mom's still here. And sometimes, Just one quiet word from you makes them react faster than anyone else in the house. My dog Happy runs straight to me the moment I whisper, "Come here." But when my husband calls, she just glances and goes back to lying down. That's a clear sign of choice. Not everyone gets to be obeyed. Dogs follow a hierarchy. And if you're the one they listen to, without yelling, without repeating, you are the center of their world. There are behaviors so tiny, they're easy to miss. Like when a dog yawns at the sight of you, or stretches and walks over. That's not sleepiness. Every morning, when I open the curtains, my dog stretches too, like greeting the day with me. Then she slowly walks over and gently nudges my hand. That's a connection ritual. In dog language, relaxing before approaching someone shows affection. And if they do that with you, it means they want to start their day with you, like an old friend. But the deepest bond shows when you're hurting. One time, I had the flu and stayed in bed all day. My dog Goo never left my bedside. He didn't ask for food, didn't move, just lay there, occasionally sighing, sometimes gently licking my hand, then resting his head on my legs. Perhaps that's why many people now consider dog insurance, not just for emergencies, but as a quiet promise to protect their loyal friend, especially when the friend can't speak for themselves. And if you've ever seen your dog tilt its head when you speak, you'll know they're not just listening, they're tuning in. I tell my dog stories when I'm alone, not sure why. Maybe because every time I talk, she tilts her head, blinks, like she understands every word. Research shows dogs tilt their heads not just to hear better, but to understand better, identifying keywords, analyzing expressions. And if they tilt their head when you speak, it means they're learning a language just for you. And finally, what moves me most? When dogs talk back. Not with words, but with soft growls, little hums, long howls, or sweet whimpers. My Alaska has a whole dictionary. A soft ooh when she wants to go out. A long ah when she's hungry. And every time I repeat her sound, she gives me these sparkling eyes like, "Yes, Mom gets me." Maybe that's why I always pay attention to their diet. Not because of any specific illness, but simply because I want to support their well-being with dog multivitamins, so every sound they make stays full of life. Dogs adjust their vocalizations only for those they feel truly safe with. They don't do it randomly. They develop a way to call you in their own language. And they only do this with the one they trust enough to show their inner voice. A dog's love isn't like a human's because it comes with no promises, no conditions, no demands. It's present in the smallest things, the things that only the chosen one gets to receive. So, how many of these signs has your dog shown you? If you recognized yourself in these moments, tell me. Share a memory that touched your heart with your four-legged friend. Because maybe, through your story, someone else will learn to see their dog with new eyes. Eyes that listen better, love more deeply, and know that sometimes even a little lick on the hand is the clearest "I love you" of all.